Aren't you tired of lithe, svelte citizens who are all skin and bones? By doubling food rations, you can make everyone happy. Well, except for the wealthy tycoons whose market economics thrive on scarcity. But everyone else will be mildly pleased at your generous gesture. Besides, it will be years before the detrimental health effects of chronic obesity will get noticed. Right? Am I right? The rich are always looking for a good way to make a quick buck. And they've hit upon the great untaxed opportunity that is Sunday Mass. Charge the punters to go in. When the Padres complain, point them to Matthew 22:21 and look smug. The congregation won't be too happy, but who can resist the opportunity to turn profits into profits? It may be a Tropican tradition that all meals are paid for by the state, but traditions can be changed. With this edict, you can make everyone pay to eat, bringing extra cash into the treasury and making those with the means of production awfully chuffed with themselves. On the other hand, the bleeding hearts might be a teensy bit miffed when the poorest folk go to bed hungry, but nobody said life was easy. Work is hard, and nobody appreciates that more than you, Presidente. You've never had to do a day of hard labor in your life, and you aren't about to start now. As a show of goodwill to the citizens of Tropico, a mandatory 2-hour siesta is to be declared after lunch. It is not a great recipe for productivity, but it sure breaks up those long afternoons slaving away. With this edict, you snooze, but you do not lose. As much as the people enjoy sleeping under the stars and huddling together for warmth at night in their ramshackle lean-tos, it might be worth considering some long-term plans for housing. With an urban development fund, we can make it so much cheaper to build accommodation that we can soon turn our beautiful islands into smoggy cities before we even have time to think twice about why we are doing it. Tropico has many proud traditions. Take criminals, for instance. Ever since these islands were settled by our founding felons, Tropicans have taken a progressive attitude towards those of morally eccentric behavior. What better way to expand the population than to show the courage of our convictions? Better still, since nobody else wants these particular convicts, we'll get paid to take them. Tropico has many... Do you know what is popular with the people? Families. Everyone loves children. Well, everyone loves their own children. Other people's children are another matter entirely. But we can win some popular support by paying people to have children. The citizens will like all the implications of that legislation. Everyone wants to be paid more. And working hard is a virtue. We should combine these thoughts via a series of bonus payments and reward schemes for workers who put in those extra hours. Of course, when I say extra hours, I mean the all-new standard shift, which is more or less continuous. I am always looking for ways to make our export business more efficient. And the biggest problem is that big boats are so slow. Well, we can squeeze a few knots out of every vessel if we wax the hull to reduce drag and switch from diesel engines to widdershins. It will cost a little more in maintenance, but more speed means quicker export money. Why should proud Tropicans live in shacks when there are far more comfortable dwellings sitting empty? If our citizens truly are equal, they should be allowed to live rent-free in any building they choose. And the really equal ones should get the mansions. Think of how happy the people would be, and think how unhappy your accountant would be. It is a win-win.